Hi everyone, welcome to the Signal Box today. Thank you for joining me in today's video. Do hope you're all well and good this weekend. If you like what you see today or any of my previous videos, don't forget to hit the good old like and subscribe button. Anyway, let's crack on with today's video. So as you can see, we've got Merlin on the work table today, and she's been given a coat of weathering powder because it came in the post the other day. This is the first time I've used this product and I'm really pleased with it so far. Let's come in for a closer look. It's no longer got those factory blackened wheels. It's got this lovely sort of brake dust come rust colour on the wheels, which look far more effective. And I've just gone all over the cylinder blocks and anywhere really where the rainwater sort of seeped in, so it hasn't been cleaned for about a week or so. The cleaners have gone on holiday, and as you can see, she does need a little bit of a wash, but not too much I've done, but just enough that it catches the eye and also the light. So we'll start from the smoke box end, and I'll let the camera hopefully pick out what I've done so far. If I bring an external light source in, it might highlight that a bit better. There you go. So you can see, for example, where the inspection hatches are, and the lubricator hatch, and the speedo hatch as well on the other side. But all those maintenance hatches there have got a little bit of rainwater where it's stripped down and created a little rust patch there, where it's condensation and also rainwater on the side there, and also a mixture of road dirt from when it's been out on the road. So I've given the boiler a little bit of a flick over with some of the powder there. More so on these washout plugs up here near the cab. I wanted that effect because I wanted it to look grimy, and as it was sort of in the late 1950s, early 60s, through the last couple of years of steam on the main line, particularly on the West Coast main line out at King's Cross. I wanted that kind of look I was going to go for. So a little bit underloved, but also in reasonably good condition. I did the tender there as well. If you can pick out the a little bit of dirt there, well, more so around the leaf springs and the wheels and the brake rigging as well, I've done that. I'll leave that lamp there actually, if you can see more. I'll spin it round on the turntable. You can have a little look at the rear of the tender as well. I'll just bring that round there so we can see. Trying to hold this with one hand and do it with the other, but there we go. So far it's looking good, I think. If I just move it round, whoops, the other side, you can see there from that shot, that's a really good shot actually of the amount of weathering that's been put on there. Only a little, like, few coats, but not much, but as you can see, it's done the job really nicely. I'm going to put a second layer of weathering powder on this. I'm going to use the dark black smoke effect weathering powder, which I'm going to get. It's coming in the post hopefully this week, so I'll go over it again. But this has been sealed up with some acrylic varnish seal spray as well, so it's all protected what I've put on there, so it looks the part I think so far. Very happy with that. And again, a nice little bit of rain wash on there where the dirt has collected in those corners and accumulated with brake dust and rust and all kinds of crap that's picked up. But really impressively, I'm really pleased, super pleased with these wheels. They've turned out a treat. I really do like these wheels. They look much more realistic, I think, as well. From the books I've got on my bookshelf to the actual footage you see of these machines in the late 50s, early 60s out on the main line, they looked exactly like this, if not worse, because it just was getting used an awful lot on everyday basis. There we go. If you look at that shot there, guys, if you look at these washout plugs in this area here, you see where the rainwater started to streak down there, and it's got that lovely rain washed effect on those washout plugs. Not too much, just enough for the eye to pick up. I didn't want to go too mad with it, but I'm really super pleased with that. Very happy, very happy. I'm going to obviously leave the con rods and all the running gear untouched, because obviously if you start painting those and getting weathering powder on those running gear, you're going to affect the performance of the loco and interfere with any mechanical or electrical contacts, which you don't want to do. You want to leave those. I've given this a couple of spray passes with, again, mentioned this product here. This is Humbrol acrylic varnish. Just literally a quick fleck over, not loads and loads of it on there, just a quick fleck over to seal it all, and it's done the trick. And even in the light, as it's drying further, as you can see there on the tender, it's really starting to come through that weathering on the side of that tender there. Very, very pleased with that. That's exactly what I was going after. I didn't want the shiny factory Hornby finish on there because it looks too pristine. These things were notorious for just being in use every single day, especially at King's Cross and the top sheds up in the north. These would have been very, very busy during their heyday, so I wanted to create that sort of look. Spin it round there, we can have a little look there. I did do the front bogies as well. I did those. I know you can't see it too well. Let me just see if I can pick up this lamp and shine it at a different angle. You might get a different shot there, but yeah, very pleased with that so far. Yep, so there we are. There is my A4 Merlin, pretty much finished. I'm going to go over that, as mentioned, with some smoke effect black weathering powder. It's exactly the same as this stuff here, but obviously in a different colour. But what I would say, as a quick mini review of this product, I'd give this absolutely 100%, 10 out of 10. It does exactly what it says literally on the tin. It's wonderful stuff. And I used a small brush, ranging from a very fine scale brush to something like this, just to do one final quick fleck over it to work it into those crevices. But it's a very, very good product. Really pleased with it. Would recommend anybody having a go at this. And the great thing about it is it can be used on not just locos, but wagons, coaches, buildings, anything you want to weather on your layout to create a little bit of dark rust, or where the rainwater's got in and some light to medium to heavy weathering. This is the stuff to put on your locos, for example, what I've done here. You don't have to. You might not want to use this. Also, to mention really quickly, guys, the wonderful thing about this product is it comes off with water, just normal tap water. This is how I got the effect of rain streaks. If I zoom in here with the camera, if it will let me, hang on, there we go. That very light rain streaking effect by those washout plugs. All I did was basically put some on there dry, because you apply this stuff straight out the pot dry on a brush. Don't need to mix it with water. It goes straight from the pot onto your model dry. And then you could take a simple separate brushes, which I used, and very lightly dabbed it with water, came over the top of it, so it basically ran down the side of the model, dabbed it off, and then reapplied some more powder on top, and then give it a quick fleck over with a dry brush, and hey presto, you've got this lovely streak effect. And you can really play with this stuff as well. It's great fun. That's another thing I'm going to add to this review and little video today. This stuff is brilliant for playing with. It's such fun to use. It's not hard to use this stuff. You literally play with it, and if you don't like it, what you've put on there, if it's too much or you're not happy with it, you just get a water soaked paintbrush, tap water, and just come in and just dab it off and wipe it off, and it comes off. If you handle your model without applying the good old Humbrol enamel varnish, this stuff, acrylic varnish, if you don't use this, the reason is all your hard work will come off on your fingertips and it will just come off. Whereas if you give it about 1 to 2 quick light coats of that, it will seal it forever. It's also great because once you've sprayed it with the acrylic varnish, you can actually go over the top and relayer your previous work. So for example, as I've just mentioned, I'm going to put some smoke effect right on top from the chimney end. I'm going to very, very lightly go on top of the boiler down to the front of the cab roof there, and just over the cab roof, to pick up where the smoke would have stained with soot along the top of the boiler there, very, very lightly, but I can go over that because this stuff creates a nice workable finished surface as well, which means you can layer stuff. You can layer and layer and layer different colour and shades of weathering powder till you're happy. You can do as little or as much as you want with the stuff. It's brilliant. Anyway, first time using this, very happy. So I'll leave you with that today. There's Merlin in all her glory, almost virtually finished. But again, it's, you see how it's, I'll move it out of the way. You can see how it's transformed that automatically. It looks the part now. It looks like a steam locomotive because it's done the wheels such justice. They're no longer that Hornby shiny finish. They look like they've been out on the road, on the main line, and they look exactly as it would have looked in the 1950s to early 60s. Anyway, with that, I'll leave you, and thanks for watching today, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Thank you very much. Goodbye now.